It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Hello, it's Jordan Peterson coming at you live from our Soul Studios here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. Today is July 8th. Can you believe it? We are a quarter of the way done with the month of July already. How crazy is that? The second half of the year is upon us, and here we go. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. There was a lot of holidays and fireworks going on. I hope you guys had a great time spending time with family. We're ready to get back after it here in July and accomplish all those goals that we've set for ourselves this week. As always, if you have not already, make sure you chime in on our YouTube channel, say hello, share your favorite emoji, let us know what you're doing. As I look over here to my left, that's what I'm looking at, is a screen that shows everything you got going on. And that is the way to let us know that you are out there. If you're just watching and have not chimed in, we can't see you, which means we can't stick your name into the bucket of fun to try to win some of our swag that we love to give away on our Monday morning Talking Success to reward you a little bit for spending time with us. We got some good stuff we're giving away today. As we have the past few weeks, we've given one item away to those that are on live, one item to those that have registered for our Ignite coming up in October, and one for those participating in our SN Sweep social media blitz, letting the world know what we've got going on here at Soul. And I'll tell you what, guys, we've got everything from mystery boxes to things that really are what came in these boxes, and it's just fun to see what we've got going on. So make sure you chime in, let us know that you are there and what you got going on, and we'll make sure that we get you taken care of. Sound good? Looks like Chris Lott is driving out there. He's in the between states doing his work, so good stuff there. So we got you covered. We're gonna make sure you're taken care of. We've got Noemi coming in from Texas Tornado. Osvaldo is melting over on the Treasure Coast in Florida. I love it. Maria's in Houston, in the middle of Hurricane Beryl right now. Ooh, be safe out there. Here in Utah, where we don't really have any natural disasters, we have an earthquake that eventually is going to hit us, other than a few microbursts of wind every now and again, and nice, dry, hot summers and beautiful, snowy winters. We really don't have a lot of natural disasters, and so when we see that we've got things going on like hurricanes, it always makes me nervous, but hopefully you guys will be all right. I know those who live out there on the coast, hurricanes are like second nature to us. It's not a big deal, so I get it. But good stuff. I'm glad to have you guys on with me today. As always, we like to recognize those who are bringing in new people into the Soul family. It's always fun to see you guys just adding to the family and having new people come in to be a part of this. And so we do that in our little segment we call Rock and Roll. This is a combination of those who have enrolled people plus Soul trial packs for the week. We're going to start off with number 10 at Danielle Gianni. Number 9, we've got Kat Dominus. At 8, we have Barbara Samaru. 7, Ani Daran. At 6, we've got Ana Cano. 5, we've got Wilfredo Velasco. Rounding our top 5, we've got Lydia Ferrentino coming in at 4. At 3, we have Maria A. Ortiz. 2, we've got Angelica Mercado. And coming in at number 1 for the week, we have Chris DeVilliers down in Louisiana. Tell you what, talk about natural disasters. Louisiana has the hurricanes, they've got the alligators, they've got the poisonous snakes, they got all sorts of good stuff. And plus their state bird, the mosquito, is also a fun little thing to deal with too. So congratulations, Chris, and all you guys who were on the Rock and Roll top 10 for this past week. The average enrollment for the past week was $230.48, which is awesome, and we love to see. We also had a great showing of our SN sweeps. It's always fun to see people get involved in that and show what we have going on. Wanted to show you, this is coming from Eric and Nicole Patterson. Eric is our new 10K for the month, so congratulations to him, and we want to go ahead and show you now. I used to wake up at 2 a.m. every night and stay awake for hours. I wish my doctor had told me this was a symptom of perimenopause and that there are natural ways to help balance my hormones. The Soul Naturals products finally helped me find my sleep again. PM me for more information, right? And the tag at the bottom, hormone changes keeping you awake, find your sleep again naturally. I love it. This is something that we know are going to be happening to the women in our lives as we get a little bit older. And man, there's just so many great natural solutions to help with that. And so that's such a great thing to share. Thank you, Nicole, for that. We also have a great testimonial. And this one, I think when I read it, you're going to find out why I love it so much. It says this: the products that I use have helped my gut and lowered my anxiety in stressful situations. I have lots of energy in the mornings drinking Cinnamate. I don't drink coffee or soda. It has definitely been a surprise to many that I have the energy without drinking coffee. There's a little bit of an epidemic going on right now with these energy drinks that people love so much to drink all day long and just burn out their adrenals, and they make it hard to sleep and put themselves in a weird position. That's what I love so much about the Cinnamate. It's so good for you. It just gives you that nice stamina boost. It's not that big spike and drop. And we're seeing testimonies like this come in all the time. So if you haven't already, you know the show is sponsored by Cinnamate because it's in the morning. And that's what I drink in the morning. I love to start my day with it. There's so many minerals and vitamins as well. It just gives you the nutritional balance that you need to really get your day going. And the thing I love about it is that, like I said, it's just stamina. You don't get that spike and then the drop afterwards. You just feel like you're good to go with all the health benefits that you're getting from it. If this show was done in the afternoon, this show might be sponsored by like Vital or Excel. I like those in the afternoon. Or I like my balm that I like to make with Soul Complete, Soul Royal, Excel, Infatuate, and Avant Greens. I love the whole mixture of all of it, all mixed up together as kind of an afternoon drink. So there's so many ways to do it. So Cinnamate is my energy drink every day, Rosa says. And Jackie says, Cinnamate makes me happy. Absolutely. And we get lots of these testimonies. They're fun. They're fun to share. We love to get them out there. All right, guys. So talking today, we are going to talk about the power of why today. Now, we just had the 4th of July, Independence Day here in the U.S., and so I thought we'd talk a little bit about what we got going on over there in Washington, D.C. No, we're not talking about that stuff. We're talking about a monument called the Jefferson Memorial. And we've talked about this in the past, and I think it's always a good thing to bring back to our mind a little bit about what's the power of why and asking the right questions. All right, so you may have asked yourself the first question of like, why is Jordan talking about this? Well, give me a minute and we'll jump into that, all right? So first off, in the 80s, they found out that the Jefferson Memorial over in Washington, D.C. was deteriorating at a much faster rate than all the other monuments around. And they wanted to know what was going on. So they started looking into it. They actually hired a firm. And back then in 1980, they spent $2 million on a consulting firm. Because that's what you do. When you don't know what's going on, you hire consultants. And they come in and they look at everything and they analyze all the data. You pay them a lot of money and then they come to you with a big report. And in this case, they brought back 3 big reports. And in those reports, they found out the reason why the Jefferson Memorial was deteriorating. And why was that? It's because it was being cleaned more often than all the other monuments. Boom, done. That's easy. Well, in that case, don't clean it as often, right? That's an easy solution. We can find that easily. But what they found was, well, if we don't clean it as often, it's actually dirtier than all the other monuments. So then they started going through this process of asking why. And I think it's so applicable to what we have going on in our lives, especially with some of the health and mental issues that we have going on as we take this holistic approach with Soul Naturals, trying just to help people and put them in a good spot. So first off, they ask the question, why is it deteriorating so fast? Well, because we're cleaning it more often than the others. Okay, well, why are we cleaning it more often than the others? Well, because there's so much bird poop here. Well, why is there so much more bird poop here than at the other monuments that are around here? Well, because there's a bunch of spiders that are around here and the birds like to eat the spiders. Well, why are there so many spiders that are around here? Well, that's an easy answer, because there's so many bugs. Spiders eat bugs, and when there's lots of bugs, there's lots of spiders, because the spiders are able to eat a lot, which means they have lots of babies, which means there's lots of spiders. Easy, done, right? Well, why are there so many bugs here compared to all the others? Now we're asking questions, right? Now we're trying to get down to the bottom of it. And what did they find out? Well, they found out what a lot of fly fishermen already knew. And if you ask any fly fishermen, there's different types of times during the day that you should hit certain spots of water bodies in order to fish them effectively, because there's different hatches going on. A hatch is when bugs, under the right conditions, will either emerge or they'll start mating, and it causes a little bit of a feeding frenzy going on with the fish. And so what they found was at the Jefferson Memorial, when they finally dug down to the bottom of it, the reason why there were so many bugs is that they were turning the lights on right at dusk, right as the sun started to set, and it created the perfect lighting environment for midges to mate. And so there were a ton of these little midges, little baby bugs that would come out, and they'd be all over the place. Well, since they're all over the place, right, then the spiders are there, and because the spiders are there, the birds are there, and because the birds are there, there's poop there, and we have to clean it more often. And so they did this huge study to figure out how we can fix this, how we can put ourselves in a good position, and how we can solve this problem. And it was really interesting because originally when we reported on this, they found the answer was as easy as this. If they would just delay turning the lights on until it was already dark. Okay, let the sunset do its thing, let dusk come and go, and then turn the lights on once it got dark and just change the lighting a little bit. They saw a reduction of 85% of the amount of bugs, which in turn had an effect all the way up the food chain, right? And so there were less birds at the end of the day. Well, that sounds like a great issue, right? That's easy. That's an easy solution. That's something that's easy to solve. And it was interesting enough because a guy in Baltimore had this quote to say. He said, "For every complex problem, there is an answer that is clear, simple, and wrong." And you're asking, well, why was that the wrong? That sounds like that was the right thing to do, right? Well, that's the interesting thing. They created another problem, and it wasn't really a problem as much as it was just an issue. And that's this. All the photographers hated the idea of the lights not being turned on until it was already dark, because then you miss those stunning pictures with the Potomac River in the background, the beautiful Jefferson Memorial, the dusk, the sun setting, the beautiful lighting. And by golly, why would we do that? What's the point in having a beautiful monument if you can't take pictures of it with perfect lighting? And so no, we are not going to do that terrible idea, that wrong idea that's so simple of just turning the lights on later. So what did they do? They did a 6-week trial, as I mentioned. They turned the lights on later. Everybody hated it. So they went back and said, well, instead of solving it, let's do this instead. So what did they do? They installed wires, metal spikes, netting, scarers, and clear plastic to dissuade the birds, spiders, and midges from congregating around the Jefferson Memorial. And that is where we are at today. They have spent... It took 5 years to implement, and they've spent upwards of $25 million to get us to that point when the real solution would just be just wait a little bit longer to turn on the lights and we'll be set. Isn't that interesting? I think that it's so interesting because it just ties into a lot of things that we're seeing in the world today, especially with the different health problems that we have. It's almost too easy to say, you know what would really help? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you drinking enough water and giving your body enough nutrients to put yourself in a position to be healthy and move forward? And the thing I love about Soul Naturals is we have those tools to have you help so many people. You have the answers. They're simple. Most things in life are pretty simple once you ask why enough times. Why aren't you feeling good? Well, because I don't have any energy. Well, why don't you have any energy? Man, because I'm not sleeping. Well, why aren't you sleeping? Because I drink energy drinks all day, or because I'm stressed and I'm worried about different things going on in my life. Well, why are you so worried about those things going on in your life? Well, because I have financial struggles, or I don't have any friends, or I'm in a bad spot. Why do you feel that way, right? We could get to those points where, hey, you know what? We have some answers. We can help you if you just want to give this a shot. I love how even in this, it talked about they did a 6-week trial. We have these fantastic things called the trial packs. Ours, we can get results much faster. Go give us 3 days and let's see what we can do to help you. And we'll put yourself in a position to move forward, right? So I love that. I love that example. I think it's such an interesting thing. I love that quote that you said, for every complex problem, there's an answer that is clear, simple, and wrong. And I think that's funny because he uses the word complex problem. And it seems like in our lives, we think that those clear and simple things oftentimes are, well, just take something else. Just do something else, right? Hey, you got this? Well, let's just mask it, right? You don't have any energy? Take an energy drink. That'll fix the problem. Yeah, those are the clear and simple things that may seem that way, but man, there's so many better ways to put ourselves in position, and often it's just getting the right tools and put ourselves in a healthy spot. So I love it. All right, Maria says, what an expensive choice, our tax dollar at work, I guess, right? And Lydia says, conversation is so important to establish personal interests as well, and others need to know we're interested in them and not there to sell, right? Absolutely, we have so many different things to help that we can put them in a great spot to move forward. All right, guys. As we wrap this up today on this fantastic Monday, a reminder, we have the Soul Prime Founders Challenge going on. We've got a slide here for you on that. Hits Prime every single month from here until Ignite in October, so you have 3 more months to do it. If you've already hit it in June, if you're a 15K or above, you just need to hit it at the basic level with 4 people and then have somebody on your first level hit it as well. Or you can hit the Power Prime levels as you can see on your screen there. If you're below 15K, then just hit any level of Prime and we'll make sure we get you taken care of. We're excited to wine and dine you and have a great time that Friday night of the Ignite. Also, if you haven't already registered for Ignite, get out there and register for Pete's sake. What are you waiting on? Come be with us in October. We're going to have such a great time. You do not want to miss out on this. We're going to talk more about how to find success. There's always that special thing that happens when you just get with a group of like-minded people and you're there just to help uplift and share testimonials and just get yourself in a position where you can go back and battle the world again with fresh new tools to help people. So it's so good. Brenda says, solve the problem, not the root. Absolutely, right? Instead of solving the problem, let's just go ahead and throw up some spike and some plastic and make sure that keeps it away. All right, let's go ahead and get you guys out of here then. We've got some bowls here, buckets of fun we are going to go through. We've got our Ignite, we've got our SN sweeps, and we've got our people on live with us as well. We're going to go left to right and get you taken care of. We're going to start with those who have registered for Ignite. And here we go. Angela says outside factors are so important. Absolutely. And you don't really know them until you start asking why, right? We just think we can see the picture perfectly after asking once. These guys had to ask it like 6 times before they got to the root of the issue. All right. So this is those who have signed up for Ignite. We've got Nicole O'Kelly. You are our winner this morning, my friend, over in Idaho. We're going to switch over to our SN Sweeps bucket. It says it right there, so I know what I'm doing. Kristen takes good care of me here. Those who participated. And the winner is Lisa Tucker. You've got yourself a prize. And last but not least, we've got those on live with us as well. You may be asking, why do we have different sizes of bowls? Well, they're all Soul Green, but honestly, because I only have that number of bowls and I don't have them all in the same size. So. And here we go, the winner of watching live with us. Are we going to have a repeat winner today for the first time ever? Let's see. The winner is Savannah Young. Savannah Young, you got yourself a mystery box as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great week. 2nd week of July. Can you believe it's already here? As always, keep sharing soul. We sure love you guys, and we'll see you again soon.